Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you for watching our video. And for those of you who are old-time subscriber, we're grateful for your audience. In today's video, we'll be looking at W. Rostow's stages of economic growth model. Let's dive right into it. Now, Whitman Walt Rostow, we know that he's an economist and an historian, and in 1960, in his book titled The Stages of Economic Growth, he gave an elaborate description of how economic growth. He posited that every economy is going to move or pass through 5 stages of economic growth. In his explanation, he said that economic growth is a linear model that explains how economy will progress over time. He says that they are distinctive stages and that any society, for every society, they will pass through one stage to the other, and that there is no way a society would skip one stage and move on to the next stage. That is, every society must start from stage one to the last stage, which is the fifth stage. He also postulated that industrialization and investment are the drivers of economic transformation, that for any economy to change, for any economy to grow, for any economy to become developed, that industrialization and investment has to be the bedrock of such economy. Now, let's look at the 5 stages that he postulated. He tagged the first stage as traditional society. He says that in this traditional society, it is the characteristics of that society is agriculture. The agriculture, subsistence agriculture is like is the major economy activity that is being carried out in such economy, and that there is limited usage of technology and a rigid social structure. That means that the social structure in any economy that is still in its first stage is usually very rigid. There is little or no room for change in such society. There are no high level of technology usage, and subsistence agriculture is seen in the fabric of or is sewn into the fabric of such society. Now, the economy, he also went further to say that economic activity is based on barter and there is little or no economic mobility. That is that you cannot move, you cannot be doing this today and you decide that, oh, tomorrow I'm tired of what I'm doing, oh, tomorrow I want to do something else. So you stay with whatever economic activity that you do. And that is what happens in the traditional stage. Let's move on to the second stage, which he named precondition for takeoff. He said when a society moves away from the traditional society, they get to the second stage, which is what he termed as precondition for takeoff. That the society is in that stage begins to experience a high level of technological progress rather. That the society would no longer deal with rudimentary technology, and that the use of technology will begin to gain a certain ground in that society. There will be improvement in infrastructure, and there will be a shift from subsistence agriculture to commercial agriculture. There will be a move towards investment in education. People begin to see the importance of education, and investment to be made into education, both in the larger scale and in the smaller scale. Banking, transportation will start to increase, creating conditions for economic transformation. In this second stage, people will no longer be hooked on agriculture on a smaller scale. Rather, those who still stay with the economy, with agriculture, those who stay in the agricultural sector will now begin to produce in commercial level. They will no longer stay in the subsistence level where they only produce for themselves and their family, but they'll begin to produce for exportations, for sale, and all that. And then there'll be a move. People begin to see the importance of education, banking sector, and also use of technology would begin to gain ground in that society. Let's move on to the third stage, which we termed as the takeoff stage. In this takeoff stage, which is like the most critical stage for every economy, it stated that this is in this takeoff stage is the where industrialization would then begin. And we know that for any economy to change, there must be a rapid level of industrialization. Now, it says that when industrialization begins, there will be a large, it will lead to rapid economic growth. And then the key industries will begin to expand, urbanization would increase, there will be a shift from rural area to urban centers, there will be a lot of movement, urbanization would also increase, technology advancements would begin to take place, and there will be the use for sophisticated technology would be an in thing during this time, and which would also drive productivity. It will drive productivity, and there'll be a shift now from commercial agriculture to manufacturing, right? So, in the first stage, I said that economic focus is on subsistence agriculture. In the second stage, it will then move to commercial agriculture. Then in this takeoff stage, where industrialization has become the order of the day, there will be a move, a major shift from agriculture to manufacturing. And then investment rates would increase. Investment rates would increase. If you remember at the introduction, I said that it said that the driver of any economic growth is usually um, industrialization and investment. So in the takeoff stage, investments will rise increasingly. So let's move to the fourth stage, which is drive to maturity. It says that in this stage, there will be diversification of economy. It would like people will begin to go into different type of production. People begin to do so many things. Remember that education has started, people have started investing in education. So when people finish acquiring the education, they want to test their knowledge, apply their knowledge in different sectors. So this is going to drive the economy at this stage. Industry will become more sophisticated. There will be a high investment would be given to technology. People begin to invest in sophisticated and technology, human capital, as well as innovation. You know, the and when we begin to do all these things in any economy, when you begin to invest in technology, human capital, innovations, you bring in new ideas, you begin to innovate new ideas, something will happen. That is stable economy. There will be a lead. It will begin to lead to a stable economic growth. Then at this point, the economy will become more resilient to various shock, whatever happens, because there's diversification. People are not looking just at one aspect of production, but at diverse aspects. So there will be a stability in the economy, and the economy will become resilient to shock, and living standard definitely would improve. Now the fifth stage, which he called age of mass consumption, it says that when any society or economy rather gets to this fifth stage, in the which he termed the final stage, the economy has reached the level of prosperity. Here we can say that a country is prosperous when it gets to this final stage, and that the economy is so prosperous that the consumer goods and services are widely available at any point in time. There is always availability of goods and services. The focus will then shift from basic need to high quality goods, social welfare, and a broader middle class. There is also an emphasis on territory industries. On sorry, I said territory. tertiary industries such as finance, education, entertainment, and also there will be service-oriented industries will be given a whole lot of attention. Now, let us look at the strength and the criticism of Rostow's model. What are the strengths and what are the its critique? What do we see? What are not so? What are the things? What are the loopholes in this is model? Now, the strength is that it provides a structured path for economic development. It highlights the role of industrialization, which any economy cannot do without. It also emphasizes on investment and infrastructure. But what are the critiques? First, as it assumes that all countries will follow the same linear path, it is a little faulty. Every country would not follow the same linear path. Now, it overlooks cultural, political, and historical differences of one society to the other. Remember that the culture of every society somehow determines their economy activity. Yeah, it failed to put that into consideration, right? That the culture forms the basis of how the people see things and how the people would do things. It failed to put that into consideration. He also did not put in account environmental concerns. Yeah, and he also based his experience on the Western economy. He failed to look at other economies such as the African economy before in this his model. He failed to put other type of economy into consideration. However, regardless of this criticism, this model has become an influential framework in understanding economic progress. In conclusion, I know that from all this explanation I have given, you're able to lay your hands on what economy Rostow's postulation is about, what he postulated, what his basic tenet is. You now understand the 5 stages of development that he postulated. Now, and you understand that it is a very, very useful framework. However, modern economies often experience nonlinear growth, and this is usually due to globalization, technological shifts, and political factor. Okay, so we have an assignment at the end of this video that I want you to attend to and send to my mail, which is written down here, oluwatimileyin@gmail.com. Now, I want you to look at choose any developing country of your choice. When you choose the country, I want you to assess the country and tell me which stage of economic growth they are currently experiencing. Also, don't just tell me, you would provide evidence to support your analysis. If you say that they are in their takeoff stage, provide evidence to show that they are in their takeoff stage. If you say that they are in their 5th stage, maturity stage, show me evidence to show. If you say they are in stage 1, show me evidence. Number 2 question, explain the significance of the takeoff stage in economic development. Then you provide example of a country that has experienced this stage. Submit that email address below. Thank you for listening. Do like and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next video. Bye.